Hello, this is Mark from the Outcaster's Notebook, and today we are going to get Slippi, which is a fork of Dolphin, specifically for Super Smash Bros. Melee, with rollback netcode, up and running on the Steam Deck. So I am going to assume that you already have a copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee dumped from your Wii and transferred to your Steam Deck. I recommend placing the ISO under Home, Emulation, ROMs, and under GC, and naming it ssbm.iso. The next thing you're going to want to do is, if you don't already have a Slippi account, you can create one. Simply go to slippi.gg, and here on the lower, or should I say the upper right corner, you can create a free Slippi account with just an email, password, and a display name. After you have a Slippi account set up, go to my GitHub repo, which I'll have a link to in the description, and we are going to scroll down. Under the third step, run the script, we have a hyperlink here to my desktop file. So right click, save link as, and then save it to your desktop. We'll minimize this, and from the desktop, launch the competitive Smash Decker script. There may be an exclamation point here when you run the script for the first time, and when you double click it, it'll ask if you want to continue. Click continue. So we're going to select Slippi from the menu here. And here we can download the Slippi launcher. So select download. Okay, and for future reference, if you want to locate wherever the Slippi launcher is located, it is downloaded under Home, Applications, Slippi Launcher, and there's the app image right there. Now if you want, we can go ahead and add this to Steam for convenience sake. And then from Steam, I'm going to simply call this Slippi. That way you have access to the Slippi launcher from Steam and from game mode and all that stuff. And if you want, you can get the Steam Grid DB plugin with Decky Loader and add some custom artwork. This is pretty nice. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that because I already have it on Steam. If we want, we can create a desktop shortcut and an application shortcut to the Slippi launcher. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, there it is right there. There's my Slippi desktop app on my desktop. And it should also be under the game section. Right there. Okay, so there's plenty of ways we can launch the Slippi launcher. If you want, we can download a pre-configured Steam Deck template. This will configure our paths for us. It'll automatically configure the graphics configuration, and it'll download a Steam Deck controller template. This will ask if we want to proceed because this will overwrite any existing settings that we have for Slippi. I'm going to go ahead and select yes. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and exit this submenu because I no longer need to use this script. Unless, of course, if you want to overclock your GameCube controller adapter, you can do so here. You will need a root password though. I'm going to go ahead and click exit. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click Slippi Launcher and pin it to my task manager so I have easy access to it here. I'm going to run it. It's going to ask us to log into our Slippi account, so I'm going to do so. Next, it will ask us to locate our NTSC copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee. Go ahead and select, and locate your Melee ISO. Notice if you're using an Melee or Diet Melee or some spin-off of Melee, you probably will not get this screen, but you can still proceed anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and click continue. Now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go to settings, and the play button action, I'm going to have it launch Dolphin for now because there are some settings that we will need to configure. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that and click on play. Let's go to config. If you ran a Steam Deck, part of the script, this ISO directory will automatically be added for you. If not, you'll need to add your directory wherever your ISO is located, so you can do so here. And then locate your default ISO here as well. And go ahead and click close. Make sure Melee is listed here in the window. Next, let's go to graphics. Adjust the aspect ratio depending on whether you're docked or you're in handheld mode. If you're in handheld mode, set it to 1610. Otherwise, set it to 16:9 if you are on an external monitor. Use full screen should already be checked, but make sure it is checked if it isn't. Set the internal resolution to 720p if you're in handheld mode. Otherwise, I'm going to set it to 1080p for my external monitor. And other than that, that is it for the graphics configuration. Now under controllers, I have my GameCube controller connected to port 1 on my controller adapter. So this is what I have set it to. And as you can see, it is overclocked. You can overclock your GameCube controller adapter with my script. If you're using the Steam Deck controls, make sure you set the port to standard controller. Then select configure. And if you downloaded the Steam Deck configuration template from my script, there should be a deck profile here that you can select from. So select that and select load. And hopefully your Steam Deck controls should be working. You may need to run Slippi in game mode in order for these controls to actually work. I'm going to go ahead and click close. And there's one more thing that we need to do before we run Melee is right click the ISO, go to properties, and under the Gecko codes tab, there are some optional codes that we can check here. I like to check most of them off. I do want the widescreen 16:9. I'm going to center align the 2-player HUD, flash red on failed L cancel, and show friendly player indicators. This is definitely useful for doubles for making it easier to identify who you are and who your teammate is. So I'm going to go ahead and click close, and if everything worked well, we should be ready to go.
May! Choose your character. Captain Falcon.
And there we have it. So press start to search for whoever is available, and that's about it.